Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Eador Genesis. In the last video, we began constructing buildings, both inside our castle, or our, I can never pronounce it, the main capital province of our lands, and we began taking over a few other provinces. We learned what guards are and have assigned a few of them, and we began building a few granaries in our provinces to help speed up their growth. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the more that your place grows, the more income you will also earn. This place was earning us 14 gold at some point, and now it's up to 20. This place was 4 and 4, and now it's 5 and 5. So it's important to try to keep your province's growth going. We've killed a few enemies, and we've picked up a few spells as well. Our hero's looking pretty good. Oh, we have an extra spell slot, mental note, Tim. If we ever go back to our place, we're going to want to go ahead and pick up a new spell. All right, well, let's see what we're doing now. So I think it's a new round. We also discovered our objective is to defeat the Lord of these lands, who wants to bring this area under his control. No problem. Denner actually helped us by putting him to sleep, so we don't even have to worry about seeing him at this early stage in the tutorial. Alright, well, we're only level 7. We could probably stand to gain a few more levels. I'd like to be at least level 10 before we try to take on that guy. Let's see if we can do that. So, let's go ahead and fight some adventurers. This fight should be rather easy, I think. We also probably should build another structure. We'll go ahead and build a granary here. And we'll build something else in our main capital. The only thing we have yet to build is the sanctuary. So, we're not back in town yet, so I guess we'll just leave this here at the moment, and we'll build it when we get back into our main province. Here's our current stats as well. We're losing $5 a round, and we're picking up 8 crystals each turn. Alright, let's end turn. The Hero Lotaeri has approached the deserted ruins of the City of the Ancients. Often, an ancient artifact or some treasures hidden by the current occupants of the ruins can be found in such places. Scouting has revealed that the ancient ruins are not as deserted as they might have appeared at first sight. An elf, a dwarf, and a halfling are here. Let's go in. I do still find it pretty funny that these races, their class is their race class, basically. This is, I think, a holdover from the original game. Let's start. Okay, so all elves, if it just says elf, they'll be elven archers. Champion of the light, so they are really good aligned. There's a reason why the legendary elven archers, whether on the path of fire or on the path of wind, enjoy a glorious reputation on all shards. Having such an archer among your troops can be a great blessing, for elves are unrivaled marksmen. Also, the elven bows and arrows are a real treasure. No one has ever figured out the secret of their creation, which is jealously guarded by elven craftsmen. Elves feel at home in the woods. They effortlessly find convenient paths, and sometimes it seems that even the trees themselves protect elven archers. The elves' main disadvantage is their vulnerability in melee. Graceful and slender, elves are somewhat vulnerable, so it's best not to let the enemy engage them in melee combat. Elves, from my recollection, have one of the best ranges of all the tier 1 units, and do incredible amounts of damage as well. It's only 5, but he's got a few special abilities. Let's take a look at these. Forest Knowledge, so he gets +1 defense and resistance if he's in the woods. He can also move in woods without spending stamina. This elf has First Aid, so he heals 1 hit point when he rests. He has Precise Shot, so this means that he ignores points of the enemy's ranged defense, and because this is a 2 here, he ignores 2 points of defense. This means that if you have no defense, he does 5 damage. If you have 2 points of defense, he still does 5 damage to you. He has Flaming Arrows. This unit ignites the target with his shots, making it lose 2 hit points per turn for 3 turns. And he is on the path of fire, so he's gained 2 flaming arrows because of that. He also has 7 bullets, and he's on a hill, so his range is currently 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can hit and kill our mage and or our, well, I guess he can't kill them with 1 hit, but later on, elves will be able to do that. We have a halfling. The halflings are a peace-loving race, but they're able to stand their ground nevertheless. They aren't trained in martial arts, but practicing with the sling is one of the small folks' favorite pastimes, and a steady eye is a trait they all share. Halflings are also very agile, and they can effortlessly dodge enemy blows. Halflings are generally slingers. This is what you're going to be encountering. They do decent damage too. He does 5 at range 4 though, because he is, after all, a slinger. He's got 8 bullets. He can pick up bullets from the ground, just like our slinger can. He has agility, so when he attacks, he ignores counterattacks. In other words, if he was to attack this dwarf, the dwarf would not get a counterattack back against him. He has precise shot, so he ignores 1 point of enemy armor. And he's got workaholic, so if he's in a place, the income from that place increases by 10%. Doesn't help him whatsoever in this combat though, but it's useful for outside of combat if you ever get them as allies. Then we have a dwarf. Forced to defend their treasures from anyone who might consider dwarven gold an easy way to get rich, dwarves are trained in fighting from the very early age. Their frequent squabbles with their neighbors are more than an entertainment than a tragedy to them. It's well known that besides golden ale, dwarves love a good fight best of all. Dwarven warriors are famous for their fortitude in battle. Their strength and stamina and excellent armor and weapons, multiplied by dwarven courage and stubbornness, make dwarves excellent infantrymen. The full quality of dwarven warrior is revealed when fighting in the hills. If a dwarf gains height, knocking him out is no easy task. He has Hills knowledge, which we covered already, and because it's level 2, this means it increases his defense and counterattack by 1. And he is workaholic 20, so 20% bonus for if he's standing in the place. Dwarves are pretty tough. He's got 5 melee defense and 6 range defense, and 4 resistance. He also does 10 attack and 6 counterattack. He's also level 3, this dwarf. Alright, well let's start. The elf is by far the most dangerous thing for us at the moment. Let's triple blade and just kill him outright. Then we advance on the remaining 2. The halfling itself won't be too much of a problem, but he's going away from my healer. That's good for my healer, but bad for these troops. Can we kill it quickly? Good job, Scholar. That leaves just the dwarf. Let's go ahead and lower his resistance. For 5 rounds it'll be in effect, and his melee and range defense have dropped dramatically. That was dumb. I should have moved him into the forest. Alright, let's end our turn. Okay, so let's use Forced March after we hit him with this spear. Okay. Actually, let's weaken him a little bit more. How much hit points do you have? 8? I don't want to accidentally kill you. Okay, a charge from this guy should kill him. Oh, but he doesn't have Forced March, Tim. This guy was the guy who had it. Sorry, everyone. Looks like we're not going to see Forced March this battle. Let's just hurl the last Sling Stone and kill it. Okay, we'll take range defense. He's more likely to use that than counterattack. And we gain another Summon Wolf spell. And we gained a few bucks from that as well. Okay, let's head back to our main province, and we'll pick up a new spell. So we have 2 spell scrolls on us. We can take either Summon Wolf or Magic Weapon, or of course we can take something different. Speaking of something different, why don't we at least build the last structure in our main province, the Sanctuary. That gave us access to 4 new spells. Well, technically 4 new spells, but 3 we haven't seen before. We have Bless, increases the attack and defense attributes of the target by 1, and lasts 6 turns. The effect slightly increases with the caster's spell power, so it might actually increase something's defense and magic by 2 for us, because we have 4 spell power. It might. I don't actually know the math. Has no effect on undead and demons. We can take more Cure Wound spells now. We have Dash. Enchanted unit loses 4 morale points, but gets an extra turn. Loss decreases slightly with the caster's spell power. Only works on mortal humans. And Shock. Inflicts 3 points of magic damage to the target. Only affects evil creatures. Damage increases significantly with 4 lower karma. Damage increases slightly with the caster's spell power. Resistance protects only partially from this spell. Magic immunity does not apply. So, Karma. We talked about it briefly. That's the I kept calling it alignment, but I guess it is called Karma. So certain creatures have alignment. Shock does more damage to evil creatures, especially undead, where I think it does like almost 10 damage to it. And the damage goes up with our spell power, but very slightly. Creatures' resistance does not stop them from taking damage from Shock, or it barely does, if it does. The spell, though, won't do any damage to good aligned creatures, only bad ones. So, because we took summoning, I think we probably should take another summon wolf. And I think we will probably drop the skeletons. Or at least we'll drop a skeleton. And I think we'll also drop... I'm tempted to drop a triple blade and a lightning for some shocks. Let's do that. The game's warning you that, hey, by the way, if you get rid of this triple blade, you can't get it back. You don't have a way to get it back from here. We'll take a shock, take another shock, and I think we'll also use this one. Magic Weapon. Increases all attack attributes of the target by 2. Lasts 5 turns. Replenishes 2 ammo. Duration increases with the caster's concentration. Has no effect on animals. If we had a spider, for example, it can spit a web, which requires ammo from the spider. Magic Weapon does not replenish the ammo of the spider, but it would, I think... Actually, does it? No, and it wouldn't even do anything for the spider. You have to be able to wield a sword, for example, for Magic Weapon to be able to affect you. Okay, let's, Oh, there's a casino here. You know, I've never gone into a casino. We're not going to go in there this time either. Let's go ahead and see what else we have around here. These are all tougher enemies. What do we still have in here? Slave drivers, necromancers. Okay, let's kill a few more things. Let's go over here. There's no more structures we can build. There's no more provinces that we own. We could take more provinces. That would help us earn a little more money. Let's go over here and take this free settlement of New Gates. There are 6 enemies this time. Militiamen, slingers, spearmen. Let's negotiate and show you how that works. The militia leader addresses the hero. Well, you know, we don't want no war. If you and our mayor come to terms, we make an oath to your lord. I tell ya, all fine and good as it should be. But you know, our mayor, he's a real miser. He'll want no less than 360 gold coins for this year contract. Our stomach needs money, you know. So, we don't have to kill them. We can go ahead and pay them 360, and the province will be ours. These guys will even continue to defend the province. That said, 360 is not really worth it. I think we can go ahead and just defeat them. It'll be cheaper to kill you. And it will be. I feel a little bad for that, but we're going to go ahead and do it. Alright. Let's stick you up here. Now let's start. I see 2 slingers. They are the most dangerous. That spearman is the most dangerous, but they have ranged, and I don't like ranged. We want to be able to kill them as soon as possible. So we'll start with the not with the raised skeleton, Tim. We'll start with a triple blade. Kill one outright. And we'll leave you here, healer. You could actually... Oh, you can't hit anyone from where you're located, Mr. Scholar. So let's stop our... Let's end our turn. Next. Let's try summoning a wolf and see how powerful it is this time. Our last wolf was level 3. This wolf is level 7, so it's somewhat stronger. We didn't get to pick the skill ups that it took. It picks them randomly, to my knowledge. We can go ahead and move you down a little bit. I think everyone else will stay where they're located. We can probably kill this spearman right now with my other troops. Let's hurl a spear at him. He's almost dead, just like that. Let's go ahead and throw a sling stone. And that'll do. Hit our wolf a bit. I think we'll go ahead and stop that from happening again. Let's move the wolf back one. We can move you up one and heal the wolf. This guy's getting a little close. Let's try nuking him. Excellent work. Who has the charge ability? You do. Okay, next turn. Alright, let's have a wolf come down here. We're going to kill this guy this turn. Next, let's show you how forced march works. So, we have 11 stamina, and this is our current location. Let's use it. we've converted 3 points of stamina to 1 extra movement point. And now we can move 3 spaces with him. Let's go down here and hit him. Let's move you back a spot so you can't be hit by this guy's spear. Killing him. Nice work, team. I didn't even use a wolf. Marksman. A medal. This increases the damage he does. I'm sorry. It increases his ability called Precise Shot, so he'll ignore 2 points of enemy's range defense. It does increase his cost by 5 gold, but I think we'll give this to him. Let's give you +1 range attack, and that's good. Hey, we're breaking even. Nice. We're not losing any gold anymore on our turns, and we're earning 10 crystals each turn as well. There's giant spiders in these woods. I think we can probably kill them. Let's go ahead and give that a try. The hero Lotaeri has headed into the wildest part of the local forest. The inhabitants of the thicket have noticed him and are getting ready to attack. Number of enemies, 3. A spider and a bird eater. Let's go, I'm sorry, giant spider and bird eater, which is also a giant spider. Let's go ahead and attack. Bird eaters are new. They were introduced in New Horizons. I'll try to mention New Horizon creatures whenever I get a chance, just so you guys are aware that that creature is not normally in the base game. Spiders will be tricky. We're probably going to take a little bit of damage from them. I don't think we'll be able to stop them from completely reaching us, but we might. Let's hope that we can. Spiders are dangerous. Okay, let's take a look at them. Giant spider. Giant spiders usually dwell in thick forests and old crypts. These predators welcome any prey, be it a rabbit, a deer, or a human lost in the woods. The spiders wrap their victims inside a strong web cocoon, inject poison to the helpless bodies, then leave their prey to season for a while. Even the bravest swashbucklers rarely attack spiders alone, as no armor can protect them from the beast's poison and spider web. It's extremely hard to fight spiders in the woods. The 8-legged predators climb the trees effortlessly, hiding behind the branches and hurling their web at unsuspecting victims from above. For the egg to be turned into a unit for a hero's party, it is necessary to build a Swamp Trappers Guild. Okay, we'll cover that at the end of the combat. It has 3 ammo, and it's got web. The special kind of ranged attack entangles an enemy in a web. Entangled enemy cannot do anything. For every 10 points of the target's attack, counterattack, or magical range attack, entanglement duration is reduced by 1. Armor of the entangled enemy is increased by 3, -1 every turn. So, in the base game of Eador, a spider web was broken by your resistance. The higher resistance, the less likely that a spider web could actually affect you at all, or the duration would be reduced. That's not the case in New Horizons. The duration of web is based instead on your attack strengths. You're trying to tear yourself out of the web. In our case, because none of my units have an attack strength of 10, they'll be stuck inside this web for 3 turns if they decide to web me. They also have poison. When it damages us, we're going to lose 2 extra points of damage every turn for 3 turns. And they have Forest Knowledge 2. Bird Eater. Within deep groves, there are creatures still left undiscovered and unidentified by man, such as the Bird Eater, which we named. These large spiders got their name for their ability to leap from tree to tree, tracking devouring birds and their chicks in their nests. Unlike their lesser kin, bird eaters cannot weave webs as swiftly. However, nature has granted them more poisonous mandibles to balance this flaw. Okay, that's and they do. Oof! This one does 4 damage a turn for every turn for 3 turns. That's nasty. Okay, so we can hit a spider. I think we should probably start. Let's try working on this one. Then I think, what's their alignment? Are they evil? They're neutral, so shock is not going to be that useful to us. What's their resistance and or their physical defense? So we want to probably use lightning on them. That bird eater will be able to reach this guy this turn. I don't want that to happen. I think we can kill this spider with my units. Let's move you here. We'll move you here. We couldn't kill it. I can kill it. Although that means we're going to have this... Oh, we can kill both. We don't even have to let them get close to us. However, I would like to show you how poison works, or web, so we're... Oh! No, Tim, no. You want to kill it. Its movement is still 2. It will move 1, 2, and attack my healer or my slinger, and I really don't want that to happen. Let's go ahead and just kill this thing. We'll move you back a space. And now here's the bird eater. We'll move you up. What's its defense in that woods? Its range defense is 7. Oof. We can probably kill it this round, but it will be close. Let's move you up. We'll move you up. 1 point damage only. 6 points of damage. We can kill it with a single lightning bolt. Oh, energy control. We can make him ignore another point of enemy's resistance. Let's take that. What's this called? Bardash? A Bardash? It's an excellent melee weapon. Well, not excellent, but it's a good melee weapon. But we can't even use it because we are not a warrior. All right. But that was some decent treasure, I suppose. We'll leave you there. All right, let's head back to the swamps. And then I think we'll fight another type of creature, another thing. Let's go ahead and fight, let's fight the Hell Cohort. We had some shocks with us. We might be able to defeat it. The Hero Lottery has approached the deserted ruins of a city of the ancients. Often an ancient artifact or some treasure hidden by the current occupants of the ruins can be found in such places. Scouting has revealed that the ancient ruins are not as deserted as they might have appeared at first sight. There are 3 enemies, a fiend, a Cerebus, and a fiend lord. Let's attack. This will be tough. This is going to be tougher than any of the other battles we've currently done. But I think we can kill it because this is the tutorial. Alright, let's start. Demons. Here they are. The Cerebus is by far the most dangerous of these, although the Demon Lord is a very close second in my opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at these things. A fiend. Evil incarnate. Fiends are a step above the imps in the Chaos Spawn hierarchy. These creatures do all of the dirty work. They are tasked to destroy temples of order and other sacred places that prevent the forces of chaos from consuming a shard. We'll cover shards much later on in the game. The fiends kill all living creatures they can handle. Legends and tales blame them for seducing the minds of mere mortals, for spreading vice and filth. That's not really true. Perhaps the legends confuse fiends with the devils, who are indeed capable of such sophisticated tricks. The fiends are mere foot soldiers of chaos, capable of only destroying and killing. Armed with tridents, they never hesitate to use their horns, teeth, and hooves in battle as well. The fiend's rage and yearning for destruction will sow fear amongst enemy troops. Alright, so they do decent damage, 13 and 6 counterattack. Most demons have intimidation, so they lower the morale of the unit they strike by at least 1 point. This guy has fire immunity, so he's immune to all these types of spells as well. Takes no damage from them. Fiends, though, are not undead. They will suffer from morale and getting lower. They will suffer from wounds, and they will lose attack power and defense if their stamina drops. He's a Cerebus. Particularly large and ferocious Hellhound can undergo a painful transformation over a stretch of its existence. The sickening mutation leads the Hellhound to acquire 2 additional heads, each being capable of tearing apart any fleshy morsel with their sharpened teeth. The terrible memory of this painful evolution fuels the Cerebus with enough rage to enhance its already quickened speed. While one head gnaws at an enemy, the other 2 can seize portions of the victim, leading to devastating results. This creature has round attack. The special ability allows the unit to attack all enemies in adjacent tiles at the cost of some stamina. So, for 2 extra stamina, he affects everything around him, anything that's AoE. So if he was right here, and he attacked this unit, he could also damage this one as well. He could damage all of these units. For example, if my wizard was standing here, and the Cerebus was here, he could attack all 3 of these guys by attacking this one. The Cerebus is also fast, with 4 movement points. Thankfully, we have this nice swamp line, which will delay them for a bit. Finally, we have the Fiend Lord. The Fiend who has been selected as the most intelligent and brutal of a pack of Chaos Minions is declared a Fiend Lord. The Fiend Lord is provided a small cluster of devils and hellhounds to execute his will. Orders from the Fiend Lord are carried out swiftly and without question. Disobedience is not tolerated, often resulting in swift execution to lesser rebellious demons. Empowered by a higher demonic ritual, the Fiend Lord's trident is replaced by a massive sharpened axe, befitting the demon's empowered strength. A Fiend Lord is able to cleave through the toughest of plates, and his ferocity inspires enthusiastic bloodletting from his pack. He has armor piercing, so he ignores half the enemy's defense when he makes an attack. He has intimidation, which we know lowers morale. He's immune to fire, which we've seen before now as well. And he has hex. For 4 rounds, if he damages an enemy with his melee attack, it's going to reduce the enemy's armor and resistance by 1 point, and also that unit cannot be healed for 4 rounds. Okay, let's get started. I think we'll start by trying to damage or kill the Hellhound quickly. 16 damage. That's because of our spell power and because it's an evil incarnate creature. 1 more hit should kill the Hellhound, and I think we can probably get that hit off on this creature with our Scholar up there. I would like this creature to move 1 more into the woods, where its defense will be slightly lowered. This one we don't even have to worry about yet. Let's summon a wolf to help us. And we'll just wait. Okay, I think we can probably kill this with all of our ranged attacks. This one will kill next turn. That was dumb. I should have just kept you there. Now it's going to cost me an extra stamina to throw this spear. Maybe we can't quite kill it. Okay, yes we can. Let's weaken this enemy a bit. We'll use a vulnerability on him. Only 3 and 2. Notice that this lasted only 3 turns instead of 5, which we saw before. This is because the enemy's resistance. It lowered the duration of our vulnerability spell. Let's start by hurling a spear. Take his defense down a little bit more. Magic bolt him. He's got 4 hit points left and 3 defense. We need to hit him for 7 damage, which our wolf cannot do, only attacking for 4. I think we'll just kill him outright. Let's go ahead and use a lightning spell. Actually, we should use shock. It's 1 less point of mana, if I recall correctly. 3. Look at those spoils from the battle. 271 bucks and 8 crystals just for winning that fight. And we gain another rank. Let's grab another point in summoning. It'll make our wolves a little stronger. We'll give you morale. We'll give you resistance. A tan leather jacket and a dagger. Dagger's better than a knife, though. Our knife is 1, 1, and 1. 1 parry, 1 counterattack, 1 piercing strike. This is 2 parry, 2 counterattack, and 1 piercing strike. So a little better. Let's do another battle. Let's go ahead and do another Hell Cohort. Same enemy. Let's attack. Different map. We will want to be down here. First off, there is a hill. We'll put our slinger on the hill this time. Let's do something like this. Oh, that Cerebus will be able to get me very quickly. Let's go ahead and shock it. Wow, awesome work, and it's dead immediately. I think you two can kill that fiend. And then we can probably kill this with just all of our ranged attacks. We did take another point in summoning. Let's summon another wolf. Notice that we can place it further and further. This is because our summoning power is going up. Now our wolf is level 11 instead of level 7. It does even more damage and it has more abilities too. This one has recuperation and first aid. That's kind of weird, but there you have it. We should totally use the wolf. It goes away at the end of this battle anyway. 2 hit points left. That's no problem. Ooh, range defense or normal defense. Let's take normal defense for him. We'll take a point of range defense in our scholar. An iron ring for +1 hit point, and mail bracers, which we can't use. We have enough inventory space. We can do another battle before we have to go back to our main province. Let's go ahead and kill us some undead. And we've killed these things before. We'll just do it again. We have a hill. We'll go ahead and put our mage up there. Sorry, our scholar. And we'll stick in the woods. Okay, we want that horrible skeleton defeated first. Okay. These cannot reach me because they have 1 movement, the zombies. The skeleton can reach us, though. It only has 5 hit points. We could summon a wolf. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And it might kill it. Or we could just use shock and get the guaranteed kill, I suppose. Or triple blade. Let's move up and kill that zombie. Leveled up again. Let's take a point in concentration, which will make certain spells last 1 point longer. I totally didn't read what he gained as his next ability. Simple chainmail and a hand crossbow. We don't need those. Let's go back to our main province, and let's do some selling. So we'll keep you here. We'll vendor the hand crossbow. Keep the dagger. And did we pick up a point of command? Was it command? No. Was it magic? No. So we picked up a point of health. Okay. By the way, there's a difference between health and hit points. 1 point of health is not 1 hit point. I think the hit points you gain from a point of health depend upon the class that you were. All right, let's go in the casino. I don't think I've ever gone in the casino before. We have 2,120 gold. So let's see what this is going to do for us. The Hero Lottery approaches a gambling establishment sanctioned by local authority figures. You could win a pair of gems, 100 coins, or lose. And of course, you can exchange the gems for money, or vice versa. What are your orders, Master? I didn't realize you could exchange one for the other. Let's play 4 gems. How much will you bet on the game? Oh, do we have to bet gems to win gems? Let's bet 100 coins. Sure, but you have lost. Oh, sorry, but you have lost. Want to play again? Yeah, let's do this one more time. Let's pay for gold. 100 coins. We won 180 coins. No, we're done. Okay, so that's how that works. Interesting. I didn't realize there was a exchange that we could do. I guess that required us building the show booth. I think that's, or was it the gambling? Oh, I'm sorry, it was the gambling house. That's what caused us to earn a casino. I don't think I've ever used a casino before. All right, well, let's keep adventuring. At least would like to reach level 10 before we begin making our way toward the enemy leader. Let's fight some necromancers. We'll have 5 enemies here: a skeleton, bone spearman, zombie, ghoul, and necromancer. So we actually see what is entirely going to be what is arrayed against us. No hills on our side this time. Let's have you two go here and here. Oh, actually, the necromancer will probably set himself up on this hill, would be my guess. Yeah, that's 2 hexes in. Okay, that's good. Let's start. Oh no, the spearman set himself up on that hill. All right, we have 2 new enemies. Let's take a look at these guys. A ghoul. Ghoul, corpse eater, ghast, white. These creatures have many names, all arousing horror and disgust in the minds of mortals. Ghouls usually live on graveyards, feeding on corpses they dig out of the graves. However, they do have a taste for fresh meat, and never miss a chance if anyone enters their domain carelessly. Unlike zombies, ghouls are sentient beings with a spark of life in them, which makes them all the more dangerous opponents. Ghouls are rather swift, and their long sharp claws, used to digging graves and ripping apart corpses, are a deadly weapon. Another danger is that a wound inflicted by a ghoul's dirty claws is very likely to get infected. Besides that, a ghoul's body is covered with cadaverous poison, forcing its enemies to avoid it as much as possible. Ghouls also have the ability to heal their wounds, but for this they need food. So, a ghoul is a tier 2 unit. One of the first ones I think, well, actually we fought some demons. They do decent damage, and as you can see, they've got the standard array of undead defenses. They also have 2 new abilities. They have Cause Atrophy. Whenever they damage you, you're going to have your attack attributes reduced by 3, and your speed by 1, and that unit loses 2 stamina each turn. Now keep in mind, this is when dealing melee damage. This means that if it counterattacks you, you suffer that as well. Ghouls are very nasty to fight in melee combat. They also have Necrophage, so they can go over a corpse and then eat it, restoring their life. We have a Necromancer. Practitioners of magic may dabble in the mysteries of a forbidden school, necromancy. These dark mages are able to conjure obedient undead minions of various levels of decay, even dating back to those who fell many years ago. So this guy has strengthening summoning power 8, but because it's going to be undead he summons, it'll only increase the undead's power by 2, not 8 points. He does have undead summoning power 3 though, so his undead are going to be 5 points stronger. He has summoning range too, so he's able to place that creature quite some distance from himself. He knows how to cast Fear, he knows how to cast Raise Skeleton, and he can cast, another Summon Skeleton. Oh, because these are, I'm sorry. One is Raise Skeleton, the other is Summon Skeleton. Raise Skeleton requires 2 ammo, Summon Skeleton requires 3. The difference is that, obviously, Raise Skeleton requires a corpse to place it. Summon Skeleton does not. Okay, let's look at these guys. He's got 8 hit points. I'm hoping that a single shock will kill it. So much for all that reading. Shock, remember, ignores the most of the enemy's resistance. So that was nice. Let's move you guys here and here. And we'll zap the ghoul. Okay, let's try. Can we kill the ghoul? 9 hit points. We definitely can if I use a shock. Can we can probably kill it with a magic weapon as well. Let's use a magic weapon on our slinger. We'll stick you on the hill. You do 6 damage. It won't kill that. Can we kill the ghoul? 3 hit points left. We're gonna have to kill it with our mage. Let's. Oh God, Tim, you just lost him. That was a misclick. That's too late. Down goes our healer. Misclicks are really bad in this game. There is, unfortunately, no undo. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Okay, anyway, we won. 80 bucks and 21 crystals for the fight. Let's give you stamina 1, give you a hit point, give you a hit point. Hey, we'll get to what's this? Astral ammo. The unit is taught to inflict damage to the enemy's aura with its range attack, decreasing its resistance by 1. Oh, that's amazing. Let's take that. Whoa! Look at that weapon. This is a, I think this is a, is this an artifact? The color of the weapon tells you what type of weapon it is. This is blue in nature. I guess it's considered a rare weapon. Attack plus 8, counterattack plus 7, Hunter of Demons 1. But we can't use it. It's a heavy weapon. Let's double back to our base and pick up another healer. We're not going to need this weapon or the dagger now. I think we'll just sell the simple wand as well. With this weapon, I know what I want to make our, what Lotaeri will become when he hits level 10. Let's kill that gang of robbers. The Hero Lotaeri locates a secret lair of bandits, an outpost of sorts. It seems there appears to be a horde of treasures guarded. There are 4 enemies, a brigand, and a gang leader. Gang leader? Okay, we haven't seen a gang leader before, so we'll read about him shortly. Let's put you over here. Okay, let's look at this guy. Look at that massive beard. Isn't he awesome? The strongest of brigands, should they prove cunning and daring enough to survive that long, ought to become leaders of their own gangs. Due to the lawless, undisciplined nature of a brigand, they tend to only follow a boss who can take care of business. Given the amount of battle experience most gang leaders endure, expectations are usually met, along with filled pockets. The gang leader has forest knowledge, so he gets a little stronger in woods. And I want to say that he passes that ability on to all of his underlings. All the other whenever I see a gang leader, every unit on that side of the battlefield generally has forest knowledge. He has intimidation and crippling strike, which lowers the enemy's speed. In this case, by 1 for 2 rounds. He's also got how many hit points? 11 hit points. Let's move you here. I want them to wait another round before they reach us. We'll summon a wolf. And end our turn. 1, 2. Let's try killing the gang leader to start. Put a spear in that guy. Our wolf can kill this one. Let's show necrophage. Our poor wolf took a big hit. He can move over a corpse and then eat it to heal himself some damage. Ooh, +1 range. We'll take that. A crystal sphere and magic armor. Okay, well, we don't really need those. Let's fight something else new. We'll fight another Hell cohort. That's not new. Fiend, Cerebus, and Fiend Lord, we attack. Nice, we have a little wall of trees in the way to delay their arrival on us. We will probably still have to kill the Cerebus immediately. It's just too fast. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Cerebus can totally reach us this round. Let's kill it immediately. Oh, or maybe not. I think we can kill it. You guys go into the woods. Oh, you guys didn't even lose any stamina. Interesting. Okay, let's do this and end our turn. Here they come. All right, he'll be on top of us this turn. Can we kill it? 12 hit points left. You'll damage it for 6. Ignoring 3 points of this, so you'll damage it for 5, leaving it with 7. We can kill it this round. Without using our hero. Good. It did attack one of our living units. Let's move you back into the woods. We'll have you just rest. Let's use a vulnerability. We are now level 10. It's time to determine our future. We get to pick a special upgrade. First off, we could become a mage. Sorry, so let's cover this really quick. So, now we can either specialize as a wizard, in which case we can learn wizard abilities up to level 5. Or we could multi-class, becoming either a mage warrior, a mage scout, or a mage commander. The names of these classes are determined based on the class you start with and the class that you pick. We started as a mage, and if we pick this again, a wizard, we would now be a mage. We would gain concentration 2 for picking it, because that was the random ability it selected for us to gain. And we gained a special over here on the right. Having completed the path of the wizard, the hero becomes a mage, able to cast 2 simple spells each turn. I think that means rank 1 spells. You can cast 2 of them. We could, however, become a battle mage. A wizard who has mastered the art of fighting becomes a battle mage, gaining higher resistance to hostile magic and the ability to better overcome enemy resistance. A battle mage casts spells with more power. Also, a battle mage is able to use weapons and armor as if they were a warrior. We're going to pick a battle mage for our hero. We could, however, also become a druid. A wizard who masters the secrets of scouting becomes a druid, able to summon powerful creatures and use wands efficiently. Druid spells consume less gems. This could also be useful because we have a few summon wolves, but our equipment is amazing for a warrior. Also note that if we pick battle mage, we're going to gain combat 1 as our skill. If we picked druid, we would gain diplomacy 1. And over here for the necromancer, we would gain defensive tactics 1. For necromancer, a wizard who has mastered the basics of command becomes a necromancer, able to raise more powerful undead. A necromancer can keep in his army undead more powerful than his skill usually allows, and his spells last longer than usual. We, however, again are going to pick a battle mage. Let's pick it. We also have earned Bane of the Wicked. Granted the target the abilities Smite Evil 2, Hunter of Demons 2, and Hunter of Undead 2. Lasts for 3 turns. The effect increases with our spell power. The spell has no effect on undead and demons. This is a rank 2 spell. You can tell by the outline around it as well. I think, does it mention it here too? Yeah, circle 2. We've also earned a Shaman's Wand, which is useless to us, because now we're going to be playing a character who wants to get into the thick of it. Alright, let's double back to our province. And let's equip our hero. So we no longer need the short staff. Out you go. We don't need the Shaman's Wand. We might as well hold on to these. Notice that this is no longer red. We can totally equip this gear. Let's put on our simple chainmail. The chainmail is arguably better than the sorcerer's toga for us now. Because we're going to be involved in melee combat, we want defense and range defense. The toga gives us hit points and stamina, which is useful, especially for a mage, but because I plan to mix it up, we're going to want the simple chainmail instead. We can now equip the mail bracers for +2 hit points, and we can use this greatsword, making our attack rank 10 and our counterattack 10. Okay. We did not get a point of command. We did earn our first tier 2 spell, though. I think we'll take that over our, let's move you here, and we will ditch the skeleton. We do also have magic armor. Let's read about that really quick. Increases the melee and range defense of the target by 3 points, lasts 4 turns. Duration increases with the caster's concentration. Let's go ahead and use that. I think we'll take it over one of our, triple blades. Okay. Let's do another battle of some sort. We'll do like 2 more battles and then we'll start working our way toward the enemy hero. We can probably kill most of these. Minotaurs are going to be too strong for us, though. We could fight Acral. It's going to be tricky. We might lose a unit or 2, but let's, are the Acral in here? There are not. Let's go over here, and we'll fight something in the woods. Let's fight some swamp creatures. The Hero Lottery has reached the entrance to some old and abandoned sewers that are even flooded in some places. It is so dilapidated that even ratmen don't want to live here. Something does, however, judging by the sounds that echo through the tunnels out in the darkness. The local residents reveal themselves. We have a basilisk, a swamp dragonfly, and a giant slug, and there are 4 enemies. Hopefully there aren't 2 giant slugs, so this will be tricky. Darn it! There are 2 giant slugs. Alright, this is going to be tricky, just as I mentioned. We have no hills on our side either. 2 giant slugs. 2 giant slugs. Oh, look how awesome we look now. We got the improved graphic. Something new, I think, that was added for New Horizons. Okay. Okay. Let's put ourselves near the front. We're actually not that bad in combat now. All right, let's do this. Let's look at all these enemies. The swamp dragonfly. Goblins are very well acquainted with the capabilities of these venomous hovering creatures. It is for good reason that goblins refer to them as snake dragons. One bite from a swamp dragonfly can send a young man to an early grave. The strength and speed of the venom's effect is dependent on the swamp dragonfly's age. To tame and breed these creatures is a dangerous and difficult task, especially since one must get hold of the eggs. Not to mention the fact that these creatures are quite rare. Let's talk about eggs. During combat against these creatures, and as a reward, possibly, you have a chance to get an egg. It's a very low chance from what I've seen, but we will eventually pick up eggs throughout the game. You can convert an egg to a monster and use it in your army, just like you saw us do with a scholar, for example. You require a certain building, though, to do that, and we will not have that building for some time in this campaign. Swamp dragonflies have hover, or floating, so it can move over other units. It takes one movement to pass over any terrain, and doesn't cost any stamina. It cannot fly over impassable tiles, which I believe are mountains, and I think that also includes lakes. It's also slightly poisonous, so we'll lose 1 point of hit point. We'll lose 1 hit point for every turn for 3 turns if it actually strikes us. We have a basilisk. Basilisks dwell in moist and shady places, around swamps and underground lakes. These huge lizards have the ability to petrify enemies with their stare. The basilisk's curse wears off quickly, but it gives this slow lizard just enough time to approach the victim and inflict some damage with its sharp, strong teeth. Word has it that the goblins have managed to tame basilisks. Certain human monsterologists also possess the secret of taming the beasts. For a lizard to obey its master, however, it has to be trained from the very moment it hatches. And you can also get an egg for these. We've seen this before. This is swamp knowledge, so its defense and resistance go up 1 point each, because it's rank 2 if it's in a swamp. It has petrification, so it can turn an enemy to stone. That enemy's defense, its armor basically, and resistance are increased if it is stoned. It lasts for 4 turns, and that creature cannot do anything while it's stoned. High resistance allows you to resist the effect, either making it not work at all or reducing its duration. Basilisks also have regeneration. This one has regenerate 2, so it will heal 2 hit points every single round. It has 2 ammo, so it can use petrification twice. Now, giant slugs. Giant slugs prefer humid areas such as swamps and town sewers. They feed on any organic substance, so any living creature is but a supplement for their diet. The slug's ability to spit poison poses a great threat to its enemies. When it comes to melee, slugs aren't that easily defeated either. These creatures are so dangerous that a mere touch of their slimy flesh is enough to cause poisoning. So, giant slugs have swamp knowledge 4, so they gain 3 points of defense, I believe is how that works, and 3 resistance if they're in a swamp tile. They have poison shot, so if they hit someone with their poison spit, that enemy will lose 2 hit points per round for 3 rounds. They have poison flesh. If you hit them, you also become poisoned with strength 2, so you take 2 damage each round for 2 rounds. They have damage weapon. If you hit them in melee combat, you inflict less damage against them. Your damage is reduced by 1 for 3 rounds. They are immune to poison, and this guy has vitality 3, so they heal quickly outside of combat. Their range attack is strength 8, so they do decent damage. They have 5 shots, and their range, however, is only 3. Giant slugs will be difficult for us to kill. They also have quite a few hit points. Let's start. And we want this giant dragonfly dead. Oof, but we might not be able to kill it so easily. If I move this guy up, 1, 2, 3, he's in range of the giant slug. He has 2 hit points left and 5 range defense. I think we have to do it, Tim. I don't want to waste a spell on the dragonfly. I think we have to melee hit this guy. If I throw a spear... Oh, no. Our spear's strength 7. It should kill it. Next, let's begin working on one of these dragonflies. Actually, we could summon a wolf to distract one of these creatures. But why not just hit it as hard as you possibly can, Tim? What's its defense? 2? Let's lower its resistance. Let's lower its resistance a little more by using our Scholar. We can move... which one of you has... No, neither of you have your spears left. 11 hit points. We might be able to kill it with a lightning bolt. Let's get ready for the Basilisk. It's on the way. We also, however, do want to kill this slug. I would like it to not be able to reach us. Damage. Oof. Let's heal that. We can kill this slug, I think, with our slinger. And it looks like we'll be able to kill the Basilisk with one more hit. Let's go ahead and heal the one guy who took some more damage. And he can get the kill to improve his morale. Oh. A turban, plus 2 hit points. That's actually better for us than our current little hat is. I want one more level. Let's fight a knightly order. I think we could probably kill them. The hero Lotaeri approaches a small fortress, long abandoned by the first hosts. Although all that remains is mostly ruins, it might be worth searching the place. There is one problem, however. Its new owners won't allow that. Their belongings will make some excellent spoils of war, though. A knight, a pikeman, a crossbow, and a healer. Let's do this. Alright, we have 3 new enemies to read about this time, too. So let's do this. And then we'll probably call this session after this, and next episode we'll probably attempt to beat the tutorial finally. Let's start. We have a knight. Not everyone can become a knight. As a rule, only those with noble blood are admitted to the knightly orders. Noblemen are trained in horseback riding and swordsmanship from childhood, and their mentors in the order hone their skills to perfection. The knights are clad in excellent armor, often made of iron alloyed with mithril. The honor and valor of knights are well known all over the shards, as they loyally follow their order's code of conduct, defending the weak and destroying the minions of evil. The morale of the knights is high, and their combat skills are best revealed in the open, where these heavy horsemen can use their mounted charge. The best warriors... Oh, and then we have that little bit of effect there. Alright, so... he does 17 damage, and he has 12 counterattack. He is practically immune to range damage, with having 10, and 4 defense makes him very tough. He also has charge. Every tile that this guy walks through increases his damage by +3. At level 3, it can trample a fallen enemy and occupy its tile. Larger flying units cannot be trampled. So, if we had a unit right where this guy is, for example, and he moved up 1 spot and attacked him, he'd do 3 extra points of damage. If he moved to this spot and attacked this pikeman, he would do 6 extra points of damage. If the attack killed the pikeman, he would automatically move on top of the pikeman's spot as well. Knights are very dangerous. We want to weaken him as much as possible and kill him before he reaches us. I think we probably can kill him next round. We'll use a vulnerability on him. Hurl a spear. Hurl a stone. And he cannot quite reach me. Yeah, he has 1 movement left. He couldn't reach us because there's 2 forest tiles in the way. We'll want to kill him this turn, though. We'll read about the crossmen and pikemen in a little bit. Let's go ahead and nuke this guy. You two will move up. We'll move you here. You will move up. You will move up. And we will hurl a stone. Now let's read about the pikemen. Pikemen are perfect for holding ground. Clad in sturdy chainmail armor and armed with a long pike, these heavy infantrymen are definitely not easy prey. Their long weapons allow the pikemen to strike before the enemy gets close. Experienced pikemen are able to stop a cavalry charge by skillfully using it against the weight of the horse hurling at full speed. Okay, so, pikemen. They have good defense and okay range defense. He's in the woods, which is why he's got a little more. They have first strike, though. This means that when you attack them, they get to attack you first before you attack them. Basically, their counterattack happens before your normal attack. This guy has recuperation, so he heals more stamina when he rests, and he has first aid, so he heals hit points when he rests as well. Okay, do we have any spears left? We have one spear. Next, let's summon a wolf, or do I want to kill the... Let's summon a wolf. Okay, let's begin marching out. Let's think about the crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are a deadly force in combat. Although the effective range of their weapon is less than that of a bow, its killing power is much greater. A crossbow shot is so deadly that no armor can fully protect against it. Since crossbowmen shoot from a relatively short range, they are equipped with a strong armor and taught to handle a sword. When needed, these ranged units can hold their own in melee combat. The only disadvantage is that heavy armor makes crossbowmen less mobile than other ranged units. So, crossbowmen have armor-piercing shot. They ignore half the range defense of their enemy. They're decent in melee. They're definitely not a knight or a pikeman, but they're decent. And they've got okay range. It will do some damage to us, and I guess it'll attack one of our pikemen. Or not, or he'll just die, which is wonderful. Let's summon another wolf. Move you up here, Mr. Wolf. We can move you over here and attack. And it's over. We have decimated this poor little guy. We will take a range damage. We'll take a range defense. We'll take +1 range attack. Nice. More damage is also useful. Holy crap! Look at this guard contract. I don't think I've ever seen this before. We'll take a look at that when we get back. So, there's a chance always that you can get something amazing from most locations that you go. That's an incredible guard contract. Let's take a look at it really quick. So, oh right, we need a guard. So let's look at this thing. So, to hire this guard is $460 and 120 crystals, and it will cost us 10 crystals each round to maintain this contract. A contract with guards like these is a very rare thing indeed. The golems created by ancient artisans are not only able to defend your province, but to do heavy physical work in the peacetime as well. Raises province income by 30%. It's also incorruptible and intrepid. We'll cover that later. Very expensive to hire it. We won't need it for this shard, so it can just stay there. I want one more level before I call this a session, I think, actually. Let's go and fight some monster catchers. A witcher, a spearman, and a bowman. Witchers are new. They were introduced in this in the mod. Let's put you here. Oh, that's a witcher, Tim. Normally I like taking the hills, but the witcher is very dangerous. We'll put my melee up here. This should be good. Let's start. Okay, so what happened? We got hit by an Igni sign from the Witcher. Let's read about the Witcher, then we'll read about the Bowman. Witchers are monster slayers for hire. Their first Witcher Brotherhood was established during a time of colonization in the wild. This shelter was strategically placed to avoid interruptions during the process of creating future Witchers. The creation of a Witcher is an arduous task, beginning as the potential Witcher reaches the age of 10. The youth must endure a series of dangerous tasks on his path. Only 1 out of 10 candidates survive this perilous period. A Witcher must metamorph his muscle and skeletal structure to endure the combat stress involved. The most important phase of a Witcher's creation is the acquired talents of alchemy by digesting plant extracts and mixtures which manipulate the composition of blood, metabolism, and genetic infrastructure. From all of this endurance, the Witcher becomes immune to poisons, diseases, and various magical afflictions. In addition, a Witcher bears a set of highly efficient magical abilities known as signs. He used one of them, and the Witchers, when we fight them, will almost always use Igni immediately. So first, we have First Strike, so he will use his counterattack before we use a melee attack against him. That means he does 17 points of damage before we even hit him for 1 point. They are vicious. He has Precise Strike, so he'll ignore 2 points of our defense. He has an Ard sign, so what does this do? Target loses 8 stamina and instantly, and its speed is reduced by 1 for 3 turns. Magic resistance only partially reduces the damage, but he used all his ammo to cast Igni, which reduces the target's magic resistance and damaged it for 8 points of damage. He also has Quen, which looks like raises his armor and magic resistance by 2 points for 3 turns and costs 1 ammo. We took a big hit at our poor slinger, but he lived. We'll heal him for 3. Next, we really need the Witcher to die first. We could lower his resistance by using a vulnerability on him. Let's do that to start. Oh, the bowman's in range now, Tim. The Witcher cannot reach us next turn, so we have one more round to try to deal with him before he's upon us. I kind of want my mages hanging out there. I don't want him moving up anymore. Okay, let's go ahead and damage the Witcher a bit with a lightning spell. Oh wow, he's almost dead. There he is. Hello, Mr. Witcher. You're hurt. You've lost, looks like 2 or 3 points of your attack attributes. I still don't really desire to engage you in melee combat. There you go. I think we'll kill that one bowman who's up there. Let's pull you back a spot. Heal you. Oh, you poor bowman. Oh, we didn't read about him. We didn't even read about him, now he's dead. Well, that'll do. Let's move you down here. I can probably just kill this guy. Nice, we gained a rank. Because we picked a battle mage, we will now get options whenever we level to learn either magic skills or warrior skills instead. We can only learn one skill up to we can only learn these skills up to level 3 though. So we cannot take mage skills up to level 5, and we cannot take warrior skills up to level 5, only level 3. I think we will grab a point in combat as well. Combat 2. +1 healing for our healer, so he heals more hit points. He's earned a medal. He can increase his healing and first aid by 1. The upkeep is 1 gem. We'll totally do that. We'll grab a point of stamina. And we've learned Raised Skeleton of Doom, which we're not going to take, because we don't have... we could take it. We have some spell casting, but the undead's going to be rather weak. I guess we can learn it, though. Let's go back home. Trade that. We earned a point of magic, if I recall correctly. So let's go ahead and take Raised Skeleton of Doom. Skeleton of Doom is a new spell for New Horizons as well. It was not in the base game to my knowledge. It's a very, very powerful enemy as well. Well, not that powerful. It is tier 2, but it's nice. Alright, we'll stop here. When we come back, we'll begin working our way towards the enemy hero, and we'll hopefully kill him. I will see you guys then. Thank you all for watching, and take care, everyone.